Hello there, it's Pete once again at the Sampleist, and today we are checking out the MicroFX plugins from Heavyocity. Heavyocity are proving once again that innovation is the name of the game with their new MicroFX line of plugins. The first three plugins, Shimmer, Filter and Obscene, are small in stature but huge in design and functionality. From the lush textures of Shimmer to the obnoxious distortion of Obscene, and of course the creative warping of Filter. These brand new effects are easy to use, have plenty of presets, and will breathe new life into your sample libraries and keep your composing fresh. You can purchase each plugin on intro offer at $39 each, or the complete bundle on intro offer of $99. For owners of Vast, Fury, Punish or Punish Lite, there are further loyalty discounts available. The effects are downloaded through the Heavyocity portal, and you authorize those using your code in the plugin. In this video, we are going to check out the three effects. So I'm going to load up some instruments, have a little play around with them, and we can see what kind of effects we can create. And then of course I've thrown them into the all-important composition. I'd like to take the opportunity to thank Heavyocity for sending over the first three MicroFX plugins ahead of time, just before the release date, so I had a couple of days to play with them and I could really get to grips with them and create a composition using them as well. So I hope my thoughts and findings are very, very useful for you. And of course, while we do get the instruments, or the plugins in this case, for free, it doesn't in any way influence our thoughts, ideas or judgments on whatever is the main focus of the video content. We are just working composers giving you our thoughts and ideas around these wonderful products that the developers who so kindly support us make. So without further ado, let's check out the MicroFX suite from Heavyocity. And here we go. The DAW of choice today is Nuendo, and I thought long and hard about how I'm going to present this video. So I'm going to very, very quickly explain what I've done and the reasons why I've done what I have. Lovely. You can see there are three tracks. We have Shimmer, we have Filter, we have Obscene. I've already preloaded the effects onto each of these tracks, and there is a contact instance on each track as well. So I figure I can load up some instruments, play with the effects, and we can see exactly what is going on. If I just click F3, I'll bring up the mixer, and you can see it is as simple as dropping the effect onto the instrument bus. Yes, you can sidechain, you can automate the effects in. However, I'm just going to drop them on so we can really hear them. And then I've put a brick wall limiter on the master bus. The reason being, the effects can dramatically change the volume, and I don't want anything to peak, anything to get crushed, and of course I don't want anyone's speakers or headphones at home to unnecessarily take a little bit of sonic damage, as it were. I've set everything tentatively to -5, but I may change this as we go. Right then, we're going to check out Shimmer first. I've loaded up Novo, which is Heavyocity's string designer, and I am also going to copy and paste the word Heavyocity into the browser. I won't keep mentioning this, I'll just do it automatically, because this is a Heavyocity centered video, so I only want their libraries to be on show. Lovely. Now, I will say one thing before I start working for any channel, doing any kind of reviews, anything like that. I bought every single Heavyocity library, and at one point I did own all of them. The reason being, for the work that I do, especially TV underscore and big dramatic music, they are absolutely wonderful. So I do recommend that you check out their back catalogue. Now, let's talk about these effects. Novo will create gorgeous sounds like this. It's quite frankly very, very wonderful. Now, the effect is bypassed at the moment, so I'm just going to turn on Micro Shimmer. Here's a GUI, and really, we're going to focus on the presets for this one. So I'm just going to load up any static effect, and I'll play you exactly the same three phrases. So we already have a really, really big effect, and it sounds very dramatic. Let's hear them again with the one Lush Hall preset. a lot bigger. That sounds incredible. So let's go animated. We can see the GUI a little bit better. So let's just go from the start. Now, we've got different controls on the left-hand side. And of course, we now have the movement going on in the right-hand side. And you can adjust a lot of different parameters. Now, I'm actually not going to spend all this time going through the different controls. There are little pop-up bubbles that happen. I just want to focus on playing different instruments. So now we've got an animated setting. Let's just change the performance. Okay, let's go for another one. So it sounds, I've got to wait for that to go. It's brilliant. It's massive. It's huge, but it's really, really clean. Now let's just close that off. And I think I'm going to go for a piano so we can hear it on a different instrument. Now, if I go for Allure is Heavyocity's wonderful upright piano. And I've used it on a lot of tracks. So I just want a basic piano sound. So we have the basic felt piano. And again, if I just bypass the effect. Looking for my sustain. And I'll go up an octave. Beautiful. Now I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit. I never go above 0, obviously, but for the purpose of the video, I'm going to. Don't tell anyone. Wonderful. Now, we have Shimmer turned on. It just sounds absolutely stunning. So let's change the effect again. Absolutely gorgeous. Now let's just try it with some pads, just so we get an idea of some lushness. So a good way to start. Let's go with Heavyocity, copy it in there and just see what we've got. So there's lots of wonderful instruments going on here. Let's go for a vocal pad, I think. So we've got vocalies, love the vocals. That is absolutely stunning. If I just bypass. Sounds great. So let's just change. I'll go to a static one, wide open. Turn the effect back on. You can already hear it. It's brilliant. So you get an idea of what Shimmer can do, and of course you can create your own effects. You can save your own. So I did make one for the composition, and yeah, just go for it. They sound brilliant. Now, let's go on to filter. I've not loaded anything up yet. So let's have a quick look. Actually, scoring guitars are at the top, so let's just open a scoring guitar. That's the ambience. There we go. Okay, so we've got the pulse menu going on, A minor. And this is a great library. You just hold down one key and you get these awesome performances. Okay, so we've got filter on this one. Now, I'm going to bring the volume up. There we go. So let's turn on filter. So instantly you can hear the filter effect. Now, again, we've got different animated and static presets. So let's just play another one. I'll play a different performance. Sounds great. And everything obviously works tempo sync to your DAW as well, from what I've experienced with working on it. Let's go for another one and a different performance. So it's starting to get wildly creative. Absolutely love it. Now I'm going to change the instrument, just give some different examples. See what else we've got going on. DM307. So DM307 is just one of my absolute favorite instruments of all time. If I was stuck on a desert island, this is one I'd like to have with me. So DM307 is a drum machine. Let's go bring it down just in case it's loud. It's just brilliant. So for creative effects, it's fantastic. Let's just change it. Yeah, it is absolutely fantastic. So maybe let's change the instrument one more time. I'm going to go Novo, I think. Not Novo, Forzo. Brilliant. And let's just bypass so we get an idea of what it sounds like. If anyone's wondering, these are all key switchable, so you can change the keys and do chord progressions and things. So I'm just keeping it static just for these videos, or sorry, these examples. Now microfilter with Forzo. let's change the performance. It's so cool, isn't it? So again, you've got all of these different presets. There's a lot in filter. It sounds absolutely wonderful. Amazing. Now the last one is Obscene. Okay, so what shall we do with Obscene? Let's go for some master sessions. Okay, so there we go. So I've loaded up, we're on the ensemble woods. Okay, cool. So if I bypass, just so we get an idea. Okay, so get an idea there, and then we can see here we've got the presets. Lovely, absolutely lovely. So this is a distortion effect or saturation effect, or it does a lot of very, very cool creative things. Just gonna load up another one. There we go, I've got a multi going on. Okay, so I'm going to isolate it just to sounds. Whoops, I'll just load up the instrument again. And let's just check out the different sounds. Now, I've got to be careful with this one, because when I was playing around with it, I did dial in some pretty extreme settings. Sounds very cool. Okay, so again, you can see we're in the static. So this will go really, really well with Oblivion. So check out our video on that, because Oblivion's ace. Beautiful. Let's change the instrument. So see what we can play with. Let's say the solo textures. There we go. So that's what it does to a violin. Now, the sound design is absolutely stunning. So let's just stay with that. Okay. Quite linear. I mean, come on, that's cool. That's creative. That is more than just adding a little bit of saturation. I love how it dips in and out. Yeah, very, very cool. Let's go for a static one. That sounds great. So let's just change the instrument one last time. So we're getting a good idea of what kind of creations you can do. If I do Avant, so this is the modern keys. I'll do it before and after. So again, another library that I love and use a lot. Let's put the effects on. Yeah. And this is the thing. you sit there grinning away because it's just so much fun playing around with these sounds. And of course, you start building your own presets and saving them and just getting creative. And that is the beauty of the MicroFX suite from Heavyocity. I think it's fantastic. So I'm going to leave the effects there because I probably spent longer than I should have done just enjoying myself and playing through different instruments. We're going to check out the demo. So the demo you actually heard at the start of the video, and it will be at the end as well. And I've put a trailer together, just made some cool images. But I'm going to show you this one in the DAW. So you can clearly see the top amount of instruments. The blue ones, I believe they're blue. I think they're blue. Are all using the creative effects. And then there is one instance of Vast, because Vast is one of my probably most overused plugins. I bought it when Heavyocity released it, and it's fantastic. It really is. And then I've got some non-affected instruments because I wanted to see what kind of effect build-up there is. Does it dominate the mix? Is it too difficult to clean up? I don't know. I just didn't really know what to expect. But I have to say, I am really, really pleased with how this one came out. I'm driving things quite forcefully in terms of using Obscene, especially, just to get the vibe of what happens when you start playing around these effects on different instruments. So let's check out the composition. It's in the DAW view, it's in the Doorcast, so you can see what I've used. And then I'm going to do my closing thoughts. So thank you very much. And here we are once again at the closing thoughts section of the video. So MicroFX from Heavyocity, we have Shimmer, we have Filter, and of course Obscene. These are pocket-size effects that pack a massive punch, and as a working composer, this is exactly what we need. We need plugins you can just drop in on the instrument bus. We don't have to faff around with automation or sidechains, and they have an instant impact. We can be creative, we can tweak them, we can use the presets, and they really freshen up all of your sample libraries. For me, they do not create an over-affected mess in your mix. So I did drive in the composition some of the instruments quite hard, especially with Obscene. And I love how we've got the gorgeousness of Shimmer, and then we have the crunch and the crispiness of Obscene, and then we have the filtering effects. You could hear on the guitars, for example, we have the filter going on in the bass part as well, and then of course we had distortion in the percussion, and I even put it on a boom and it just turned this boom into this gorgeous atmosphere. Then of course we have Shimmer, and Shimmer is one of the most beautiful things I've heard in a very, very long time, because it just creates this aura and this just beautiful sonorous timbre to your instruments. So for me, MicroFX, they really do represent a fantastic value for money, especially if you pick up all three for $99. And if you have any kind of loyalty, if you own Vast, or I did put Vast on one instrument, on the Vocalese 3 vocals, because I just love that plugin, especially on vocals. But if you own Vast, if you own Punish, if you own Fury, you do get a discount as well. I think they're wonderful, and I can't wait to see what Heavyocity do next. With all that said and done, I'd like to take the final opportunity to thank Heavyocity for sending over these wonderful plugins, especially as they sent them ahead of time so I could have a lot of fun working with them. If you like what you heard, feel free to drop a like on the video, and of course leave us a comment. What do you think about this MicroFX line, this direction Heavyocity are going in? And how would you use them? Maybe you've picked them up already, because this video will go out just after they've been released, and you can tell us all about your experience with them. Of course, please check out our other videos too. We have lots of videos on YouTube, nearly 300 now. In fact, this might be our 300th. I will double check. And there is obviously something for everyone. Now, what we do is we link another video from the Sampleist from the same developer. So I'm going to link Gravity 2. Gravity 2 is one of my all-time favorite libraries. It's only came out last year and I've used it so much. So I'm going to link Gravity 2. If you've not checked it out, absolutely go for it. And of course, please hit that subscribe button. We have, I think it's now 11% of our viewership that are subscribers, and for a channel that's had 330,000 views, I think we've just hit now, we need more subscribers, so it just spreads the word of the channel and gives us more coverage. So please hit that subscribe button, and of course keep making that amazing music. We will speak again soon, see you in another video, and thank you so much once again for watching. Take care.